Welcome, beloved soul. Peace surrounds you now, for you have been guided here not by chance but by the tender whisper of heaven. There is something your heart has longed to hear, something your soul has waited for across seasons of silence and longing. The angels bring word of a cry, not a cry of despair, but a final cry of love, a sound that rises from the depths of one soul to reach another. This cry is not spoken in ordinary words, nor carried by earthly voices, but it moves through the unseen realm, where hearts and destinies are woven together by God's hand. Your soulmate has been speaking in ways you could not always hear, yet heaven has heard every sigh, every prayer, every tear they have lifted toward God concerning you. The cry is this: Lord, let them know they are loved beyond the reach of distance, beyond the weight of delay, beyond the storms that have tried to separate us. Yes, beloved, this is the sound of love that cannot be silenced. It is written, many waters cannot quench love, and rivers cannot wash it away. Song of Solomon 8:7. And so it is with the bond heaven has placed upon your life. It cannot be drowned, it cannot be broken, it cannot be forgotten. You may have thought that you were alone in your waiting, but heaven assures you that two hearts have been crying to the same God, longing for the same promise, aching for the same fulfillment. The angels say, this final cry is reaching you now because the season of silence is drawing to a close. There is a stirring in the spirit, a shift in the atmosphere around your soul, for what has been prayed in secret is being answered in light. As the scripture says, then you will call, and the Lord will answer. You will cry for help, and he will say, here am I. Isaiah 58:9. Do you see, beloved? Even as your heart has cried, God has been closer than you knew, whispering, here am I. The cry of your soulmate is not a cry of weakness, but of surrender. It is their heart laying down pride, fear, and hesitation before the Lord, saying, let your will be done, even if it breaks me open. Unite me with the one you created for me. And their surrender has released a fragrance of faith in heaven. The angels bow their heads to such prayers, for nothing moves the heart of God more than love that surrenders to his will. Perhaps you have felt the weight of weariness, the heaviness of waiting, the ache of unanswered questions. Beloved, hear this clearly. Heaven has not forgotten you. Your tears have been seen, your prayers have been kept, your loneliness has been held in the tender hands of the Almighty. As it is written, you keep track of all my sorrows. You have collected all my tears in your bottle. You have recorded each one in your book. Psalm 56:8. Nothing has been wasted. Every moment of longing has been gathered by God and transformed into fuel for the promise that is drawing near. And now, in this holy hour, the cry of your soulmate reaches you as confirmation. You are not forgotten. You are not unloved. You are not unseen. Your story is being written in heaven's ink. The angels say, this cry is final, not because it ends, but because it completes a season. It is the cry that shifts waiting into movement, prayer into fulfillment, promise into reality. It is the sound of a heart that has reached its breaking point and found God there, and in finding him, they have found the strength to meet you. Beloved, do not despise the delay, for delay has been the soil where faith has grown, and faith is the currency of heaven. As Hebrews 11:1 reminds us, now faith is the confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. You may not yet see them before you, but their cry is already upon your spirit. You may not yet hold their hand, but heaven already joins your names together in its eternal book. Take courage, soul of God. You are loved beyond measure, not only by the one who cries for you, but by the one who created you both and holds you in his everlasting arms. As it is written, the eternal God is your refuge, and underneath are the everlasting arms. Deuteronomy 33:27. Rest here. Let peace sink into your heart like gentle, rain upon thirsty ground. For the God who ordains the times and seasons is saying, now is the time of awakening. Now is the time of gathering. Now is the time of fulfillment. Beloved, if these words stir something within you, if they touch a place that has long been silent, let your heart respond. Leave a gentle reflection in the comments below, or share a prayer request that others may lift you up before God. If this message blesses you, I humbly invite you to subscribe so that your soul may continue to be nourished with words of peace and truth. Share this video with someone whose heart may need reminding that love is not lost, that God still answers, that heaven still moves. And if your spirit feels led, you may support this channel with a super thanks, which allows this ministry of peace to reach more weary souls around the world. Your kindness makes it possible for these words to continue flowing like living water into hearts that thirst. Beloved, I bless you now with this assurance. The cry of love that rises for you is not only heard in heaven, but it is being answered on earth. Hold fast, lift your eyes, for as it is written, those who sow with tears will reap with songs of joy. Psalm 126.5. And your season of joy is nearer than you dare to believe. Beloved soul, welcome back into this quiet space of peace. You are not here by chance, but because heaven still has more to reveal to you. The angels say that the cry of your soulmate has deepened, rising higher than words, reaching beyond the ordinary limits of human love. It is not just the cry of one heart longing for another, but of one spirit calling for the fulfillment of God's divine plan. You must understand, beloved, that when God ordains love, it is never only for companionship, but for kingdom purpose. Your soulmate's cry has carried both tenderness and surrender, both longing and faith. They have said to the Lord, if it takes my whole life to wait for them, let it be so, but let your will join us in your perfect timing. This is why their final cry reaches you now, because it is not a cry of impatience, but of alignment. It is the sound of a heart fully yielded to the Father's hand. As Jesus prayed in the garden, not my will, but yours be done. Luke 22:42. So too, your soulmate has prayed, and that prayer has been answered by a stirring in the heavens. The angels say, this is why you have been feeling unusual movements within your soul. Strange dreams, unexplainable peace, moments when your heart feels full without reason. This is not your imagination. It is the vibration of their cry reaching you. It is the Spirit confirming that two hearts are being aligned like rivers flowing into the same ocean. As it is written, deep calls to deep in the roar of your waterfalls. All your waves and breakers have swept over me. Psalm 42:7. So too does their deep cry reach your deep soul. Beloved, you must be prepared, for this union is not casual. It is not temporary. It is not the fragile love of human guessing. This is covenant love, the kind of love that reflects God's eternal promise. As the scripture says, I will betroth you to me forever. I will betroth you in righteousness and justice, in love and compassion. Hosea 2:19. The cry of your soulmate mirrors the cry of God himself, a cry that says, I choose you. I will not abandon you. I will not let you go. Beloved, heaven needs you to see that you are not difficult to love. You are not too broken to be chosen. You are not too late, nor too far gone. The cry of your soulmate proves this. Someone has seen you through the eyes of heaven, and what they see is worth waiting for. What they see is beauty that does not fade. What they see is faith that cannot be shaken. As it is written, the Lord does not look at the things people look at. People look at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. 1 Samuel 16:7. And your heart has been seen by God and by the one he has chosen for you. Yes, there were times when you doubted if you would ever be loved as you deserve. Yes, there were nights when you thought the silence meant you were forgotten. But heaven declares, the silence was not rejection, but preparation. Your soulmate's cry is the sound of that preparation reaching completion. Beloved, this is why tears rise when you hear these words, because your spirit recognizes truth before your mind understands it, because your soul knows it has been waiting for this confirmation. The angels say, your waiting has not been wasted. It has shaped you, purified you, and made you ready to receive a love that reflects the very heart of God. As it is written, those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. Isaiah 40:31. Your hope has not died, beloved. It has only been buried like a seed, waiting for the right season to bloom. And now, as your soulmate's cry rises to heaven, the season of blooming begins. Do not fear the unknown. Do not shrink back from love, for the one who calls you is faithful, and he will do it. 1 Thessalonians 5:24. Beloved, if these words find you weary, let them become a pillow for your soul. Rest here. Take a breath. You do not have to fight for what heaven has already secured. You do not have to chase what is divinely appointed to find you. Simply remain in God's love and let the cry of your soulmate draw you closer to the moment God has ordained. If this message has touched your heart, I invite you, with gentleness and sincerity, to subscribe for more words of peace and truth. Leave your reflection or prayer in the comments so others may lift you up in faith and encouragement. Share this message with a soul who needs to be reminded that heaven still speaks, that God still answers, and that love still heals. And if your heart feels moved, you may offer a super thanks to help this ministry reach more souls who need comfort. Your kindness helps this message continue flowing like streams in the desert. Beloved, remember this truth. Your soulmate's cry is not only heard by God, it is heard by your soul. And soon it will be heard by your ears. For as it is written, for the vision awaits an appointed time. Though it linger, wait for it. It will certainly come and will not delay. Habakkuk 2:3. Your appointed time draws near. Hold on, lift your eyes. The cry of love has been released, and heaven has already begun to answer. Beloved soul, welcome once more into this sacred space of quiet. You have walked with me through the whispers of heaven, through the cries of love, through the tender reminders of God's promise. And now, the angels say, the message draws toward its fullness. Your soulmate's final cry has not only reached you, but it has reached the throne of God. It is not the cry of despair, nor of weakness, but the sound of surrender that has broken open the heavens. This is the cry that heaven calls final, because it is the cry that births a new beginning. Beloved, you must know this truth. Love that is ordained by God always comes with a cost. It is not cheap. It is not shallow. It is not easily won. For covenant love is refined through fire, and your soulmate's cry is proof that they have walked through fire for the sake of love. As it is written, when you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. The flames will not set you ablaze. Isaiah 43:2. The fire has not destroyed them. The fire has purified them. And now they cry not only for you, but for God to be glorified in the union He is bringing forth. This cry, beloved, is what heaven has been waiting for. Not the cry of loneliness, not the cry of impatience, but the cry of a heart fully yielded to the will of God. And because they have surrendered, the time of release is here. Beloved, the angels say, the cry of love that once rose in silence will soon become the words you hear with your own ears. The prayer whispered in darkness will soon be spoken in light. The tear that once fell unseen will soon be wiped away by the hand that God has chosen for you. As it is written, He will wipe every tear from their eyes. There will be no more death or mourning or crying or pain. Revelation 21:4. Beloved, your season of mourning is turning into a season of joy. Your season of questioning is turning into a season of clarity. Your season of waiting is turning into a season of fulfillment. The cry of your soulmate is heaven's trumpet announcing this change. Do not be afraid if you feel the ground shift beneath you. Do not be surprised if new doors open suddenly, if divine encounters appear in unexpected places, if your heart is stirred with fresh courage. For this is the sign that the cry has been answered. It is the ripple effect of heaven's yes. As it is written, no good thing does he withhold from those who walk uprightly. Psalm 84:11. And you, beloved, are about to taste the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. The angels say, this cry will leave you in tears, not of sorrow, but of recognition. Because when you finally see the one who has cried for you, prayed for you, surrendered for you, you will know that only God could write a love story like this. You will see his fingerprints on every delay, every detour, every prayer you thought went unanswered, and your tears will not be bitter, but sweet, for they will fall in gratitude, not in grief. Beloved, do not harden your heart against love when it comes. Do not let the pain of the past keep you from embracing the gift of the present. For as it is written, behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? Isaiah 43:19. Yes, God is doing something new in you and in the one he has chosen for you. This new thing cannot be stopped, for it is born of prayer, born of faith, born of surrender. Beloved, lift your eyes. The cry has reached you because the time of awakening is now. The love you thought was distant is closer than you realize. The promise you thought was delayed is unfolding before your very eyes. The union you thought impossible is being made possible by the God who makes all things new. If this message stirs your soul, I invite you with gentleness to subscribe, that your heart may continue to be fed with words of peace and divine truth. Share your reflections or prayer requests in the comments, so that others may join you in lifting your heart before God. Share this message with a friend who is waiting, so they too may be reminded that God still writes love stories that honor his name. And if you feel led, you may bless this channel with a super thanks, so that these streams of living words can continue flowing to weary souls across the world. Your kindness allows this ministry to keep sowing seeds of faith and hope in places you may never see, but God surely does. Beloved, as you leave this moment of listening, carry this truth with you. Your soulmate's final cry of love has been heard in heaven. It has been sealed by God's promise, and it is now being released into your life in his perfect timing. Weep if you must, but let your tears be holy, for they water the ground of the promise that is about to bloom. As it is written, weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Psalm 35. And beloved, your morning is near. Lift your heart, lift your eyes, for the cry of love has become the song of joy, and soon you will sing it together. Beloved soul, let us walk deeper into this mystery of love that heaven is revealing to you. The angels say the cry you have heard in your spirit is not only the cry of one person longing for another, it is also the cry of God's Spirit moving through two hearts, drawing them into his divine alignment. This cry echoes the eternal longing that began in Eden, when God said, "It is not good for the man to be alone. I will make a helper suitable for him." Genesis 2:18. Even now, God still hears the cries of lonely hearts. Even now, he still provides a union that is not based on human desire alone, but on divine purpose. Beloved, your soulmate's cry is heaven's confirmation that this purpose is near its fulfillment. It is a cry that has shaken unseen walls, broken invisible chains, and opened doors no human hand could open. The angels say, When you feel the weight of tears pressing against your eyes, it is not weakness. It is recognition. It is your spirit bearing witness that love has been working, and for you in hidden places. As it is written, "For we live by faith, not by sight." 2 Corinthians 5:7. Yes, you could not always see it, but faith has been building a bridge between you. Your soulmate's cry was not wasted in the air. It was carried as an offering before the throne of God. And God, in His mercy, has answered with a decree that no force of darkness can undo. Beloved, take comfort in this. The love ordained for you has been protected by God Himself. Even when the enemy tried to delay it, even when jealousy rose against it, even when your own doubts threatened to silence your prayers, still, heaven guarded this bond. As it is written, "What God has joined together, let no one separate." Mark 10:9. Beloved, the cry of your soulmate is also the cry of restoration. They cry not only for the day they will hold you, but for the healing of every wound you carry, for they know that to love you is also to help lift the weight of your past. The angels say, your tears are about to turn into testimony, for what once brought you pain will become the very story that reveals God's glory. Beloved, when you finally hear their voice, it will not sound like any voice you have heard before, for it will carry echoes of prayers you once whispered in secret. It will carry the tenderness of nights you thought no one saw. It will carry the strength of a heart that has wrestled with God and chosen to stand. As Jacob said, "I will not let you go unless you bless me." Genesis 32:26. So too has your soulmate held on in prayer. And now, beloved, the blessing is being released. Do not be afraid if emotions rise in waves when you think of them. This is not instability. This is the Spirit preparing you for the meeting of two souls. As it is written, "The preparations of the heart belong to man, but the answer of the tongue is from the Lord." Proverbs 16:1. God Himself is preparing your heart even now. Beloved, pause with me here. Take a deep breath. Feel the peace of the Lord wash over you like a river. Let every worry dissolve in His presence, for He is faithful. If these words touch your soul, I invite you to subscribe, that more messages of peace may find you in your journey. Leave your reflection or prayer in the comments, so others may join you in lifting your heart to God. Share this message with someone who waits for love, that they too may be reminded that heaven still answers the cries of the faithful. And if your spirit feels moved, you may support this channel with a super thanks, so that these words may continue flowing to weary souls across the world. Beloved, your soulmate's cry is not the end. It is the beginning of the song you will one day sing together. For, as it is written, "The Lord has done great things for us, and we are filled with joy." Psalm 126:3. Your joy is coming. Your tears are being turned into testimony. Your waiting is being turned into fulfillment. Lift your eyes, beloved, for the cry of love has reached its final note, and heaven is already writing the next chapter of your story. Beloved soul, come close again into this circle of peace. The angels are not finished speaking, for the cry of your soulmate carries more than longing. It carries promise. This cry is not the sound of emptiness, but of fullness waiting to be revealed. It is the cry of a seed about to break the soil, of dawn about to rise, of destiny about to step forward. Beloved, heaven says your soulmate's cry is not only about them, it is also about you. It is a mirror, reflecting the cry hidden within your own soul. For deep within, you too have whispered, "Lord, do not let me walk alone. Send me the one who was written into my story before I was born." As it is written, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart." Jeremiah 1:5. The God who formed you already formed this love. The cry of your soulmate and the cry of your heart rise together before Him like incense. And the angels say, God is answering, beloved. This love is not fragile. It is not here one day and gone the next. It is not shallow affection that fades in the storms of life. No, this love is covenant. This love is a reflection of Christ's love for the church. A love that sacrifices, that forgives, that endures. As it is written, "Husbands, love your wives, just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her." Ephesians 5:25. This is the pattern of your love, not convenience, but covenant. Not passion only, but purpose. Not human will alone, but divine alignment. Beloved, the angels say your soulmate's cry has broken through barriers. Every hindrance that once delayed this union is being removed. Every chain that once held you back is falling. Every lie that once told you it will never happen is being silenced. For the voice of God is stronger, and his word never returns void. As it is written, so is my word that goes out from my mouth. It will not return to me empty, but will accomplish what I desire and achieve the purpose for which I sent it. Isaiah 55:11. The cry of your soulmate has joined with God's word, and together they are bringing forth manifestation. Beloved, this is why you may feel an urgency within you now. A stirring, a sense that something is near, though you cannot yet name it. This is your spirit awakening to the movement of heaven. This is your heart preparing for the encounter that will shift everything. As it is written, the Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. Exodus 14:14. Yes, beloved, you need only to be still. Do not strive. Do not chase. Do not fear. Simply remain in God's love and let his timing carry you into the moment he has prepared. Beloved soul, if these words find you, let them sink deeply into the soil of your spirit. Let them become a balm to your waiting. Let them wash away every doubt that has clung to your heart. If this message comforts you, I invite you with gentleness to subscribe so that your soul may continue to be nourished by heaven's peace. Share your reflection or prayer in the comments, that others may join you in lifting your voice before God. Share this message with someone who longs for reassurance, so they too may know they are not forgotten. And if your heart feels led, you may bless this channel with a super thanks, helping this ministry continue to pour living words into weary souls. Your kindness becomes part of the harvest, reaching far beyond what you can see. Beloved, remember this. The cry of your soulmate is not the end. It is the beginning. It is the sound of doors opening. It is the announcement of a holy union written long ago in heaven's book. As it is written, "For I know the plans I have for you," declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah 29:11. Your future is opening before you. Your hope is being restored. Your love is drawing near. Lift your eyes, beloved. Your tears are turning into testimony, and your testimony will glorify God. Beloved soul, welcome once again into this sacred moment. The angels surround you now, drawing close to whisper truths your heart has longed to hear. This is the final chapter of a journey that heaven has been writing for you, a story whose cries of love have echoed through eternity. The angels say that your soulmate's final cry has reached its peak, its fullness, its heavenly resonance. It is the sound of faith that could not be shaken, of surrender that could not be denied, of love that could not be hidden. Beloved, know this clearly. The cry you hear is also the cry of God's own heart toward you, as it is written. The Lord your God is with you, the mighty warrior who saves. Zephaniah 3:17. God himself celebrates this love, and he orchestrates every moment, every tear, every waiting season. The angels say, do not fear the intensity of your emotions, for tears are the currency of the soul when heaven answers prayer. You may weep now, but your tears are being collected by God, transformed into joy and testimony. As it is written, weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Psalm 30:5. Beloved, this final cry is not the end of waiting, but the beginning of fulfillment. It is the bridge between longing and meeting. It is the passage from questions to answers. It is the moment when heaven steps into earth to align two hearts written together in eternity. Your soulmate's cry has been answered in the unseen realm, even before it manifests in the physical world. And the angels say, prepare your heart, prepare your mind, prepare your spirit, for the manifestation is near. Do not let doubt shadow this moment. Do not allow fear to cloud your vision. For as it is written, for God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. 2 Timothy 1:7. Beloved, the sound you are about to hear, the presence you are about to encounter, will carry the weight of prayer, the strength of faith, and the depth of covenant love. Your soulmate has cried through seasons you may not have known. They have prayed for you in secret. They have surrendered their desires at the altar of God's will. They have wrestled with God and chosen to trust Him with you. And now, heaven has released that cry as a declaration of divine union. Beloved, when you feel your heart tremble at the thought of this meeting, let it be a sacred tremble. Let it be the recognition that God has moved mightily on your behalf. Let it be the confirmation that love was never lost, but carefully prepared. As it is written, I have loved you with an everlasting love. I have drawn you with unfailing kindness. Jeremiah 31:3. Beloved, the angels say your tears are holy. Every sigh, every ache, every longing has been stored by heaven and transformed into a melody that now plays for you. This is why your soul resonates with the cry, because it mirrors the divine orchestration of God's hand in your life. Take comfort, beloved, for nothing in your past or present can undo what heaven has planned. No delay, no disappointment, no human interference can break the covenant God has set before you. As it is written, many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails. Proverbs 19:21. Beloved, let this truth settle into every corner of your being. Your waiting has not been in vain. Your prayers have not been unheard. Your soul's cry has reached heaven, and God has answered through the heart of your soulmate. The angels say, prepare for the joy that rises from recognition, from reunion, from the tangible presence of a love that was ordained before the world began. As it is written, two are better than one, because they have a good reward for their labor. If one falls down, his friend can help him up. Ecclesiastes 4:9-10. Beloved, heaven is preparing you for support, for encouragement, for the joy of walking through life together with someone who has prayed, cried, and surrendered for you. Your soulmate's cry is a herald, an announcement that what was hidden is now being revealed, and the angels say, this revelation will not only bring joy, but healing. Every wound from disappointment, every scar from past pain, every fear from previous heartbreaks will be touched by God's love through the hands of the one who has cried for you. Beloved, if you feel moved by these words, I invite you to subscribe, to continue receiving messages of peace and divine guidance. Comment with your reflections or prayer requests, so others may join you in lifting your hearts to heaven. Share this message with someone whose soul longs for reassurance, so they too may hear the whisper of hope and love. And if your heart feels led, offer a super thanks, so this ministry can continue to deliver sacred words to souls in need of comfort. Beloved, as you leave this moment, remember this. Your soulmate's final cry has been heard. It has been sealed by heaven. It has been answered by God. And now, it moves toward you with unstoppable love, perfect timing, and divine intention. Weep, beloved, if you must, but let your tears water the soil of the promise. Let them cleanse your heart for the joy that is coming. As it is written, the Lord will guide you always. He will satisfy your needs in a sun-scorched land and will strengthen your frame. Isaiah 58:11. Beloved, rejoice, for the cry of love has been transformed into the song of reunion. Lift your eyes, lift your heart, and receive the gift heaven has prepared. The angels say, your story of love is complete in its waiting, holy in its covenant, and eternal in its blessing. Go forward in peace, in faith, and in joy, for God has written your love in the heavens, and no force on earth can erase it. Beloved soul, come now into this quiet space, into the arms of peace. The angels gather close, surrounding you with their gentle light. This is a moment of holy blessing, a sacred pause in the story of love heaven has written for you. The final cry of your soulmate has reached the heavens, and now a prayer rises from the throne of God for your union. Beloved, let your heart receive it as it is written. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine on you and be gracious to you. Numbers 6:24-25. May the presence of God touch every corner of your being. May your spirit be strengthened in the knowledge that love has been written long before time began. Beloved, the angels say, your tears of longing are holy. Each one has been collected, each one transformed into faith, courage, and readiness. Let them flow if they must, for they are the rivers that prepare the soil for blessing. As it is written, you have turned my mourning into joyful dancing. You have taken away my clothes of mourning and clothed me with joy. Psalm 30:11. Beloved, the cry of your soulmate is now a song that heaven has harmonized with your heart. It is the music of God's promise being fulfilled, the melody of covenant, love, and the echo of eternal joy. The angels say, your waiting has not been in vain. Your prayers have not gone unheard. Your surrender has not been ignored. As it is written, delight yourself in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. Psalm 37:4. Beloved, receive this now. Your soulmate's heart has been purified through patience and prayer. Your own heart has been shaped by God's love and refined through trust. And soon, when these hearts meet, it will not only be the meeting of two people, but the union of two destinies written by the Almighty. As it is written, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah 29:11. Beloved, the angels say, you are being prepared to step into joy. You are being readied for peace. You are being shaped for the fullness of love that God has planned. No delay, no sorrow, no shadow can keep this union from manifesting. As it is written, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. Psalm 23:1-2. Beloved, let your heart rest in him. Let your soul breathe in the peace of God that surpasses all understanding. And now, I invite you to receive this prayer over you, spoken by heaven itself. Lord, protect this love you have ordained. Guard these hearts, knit them together in your perfect timing. Let no doubt, no fear, no obstacle steal what you have written. Let their hearts meet in faith, their souls recognize each other in your glory, and their tears turn to rejoicing. Bless them with patience, gratitude, and the depth of covenant love. May your spirit continue to guide them, and may they always walk in your light, together. Amen. Beloved, if these words have touched your heart, subscribe, so your spirit may continue receiving sacred messages of hope. Comment with your reflections, your prayers, and your thanksgiving, so others may join in lifting voices to heaven. Share this blessing with someone who needs to hear that love is not lost, that God still answers, and that heaven is orchestrating a beautiful union. And if your soul is moved, offer a super thanks, helping this ministry continue to reach hearts that long for divine comfort. Beloved, Your soulmate's cry has become your song of hope. Your waiting has become a season of readiness. Your faith has become a vessel for blessing. Lift your eyes, beloved. The angels rejoice. God smiles upon this love. And soon, the cry of longing will meet the cry of fulfillment, and your heart will recognize the song heaven has written just for you. As it is written, "Behold, I am making all things new." Revelation 21:5. Beloved, receive this now, your story of love, your soul's longing, your divine union. It is already in motion, already blessed, and already eternal. Walk in peace, in faith, and in joy, for God Himself carries your love story in His hands.